All right, here we are on the episode of Creation of Happiness. Again, this is just me today. Have no guests with me. Guests will be coming back for it too, but it's a lot of work to get guests in here and get people for all you guys, and not everyone's willing to do it, and some people, they just back out, and just a bunch of complications, and I want to make sure I always get one out for you. And I still put in a lot of work on this. I still take my notes. I still write a whole log and monologue for this episode, so don't worry, I'm still going to be doing that. And this is my first episode alone since the first episode. So if you remember the first episode, it took me about 15 minutes to get into it and get feeling good and feeling fine. I hope it should be, this is my 20th episode now. This is the 20th episode. Oh my God, I forgot about that. This is the 20th episode, you guys. Oh my God. Thank you. If you're watching this, I'm looking you right in the face now. But everyone else, thank you guys so much. I really enjoy this. This thing is so fun to me. I'm in my basement right now, and I'm chatting to myself, looking at a camera, behind some hot stage lights, and it's just one of the happiest things I've done today, man. I'm creating my own happiness. Oh, look at that. But yeah, man, I really enjoy this, and thanks to everyone who's supporting me, and people who reach out and DM me, man. That means a lot to me. It really, really does. For you to take time out of your day to message me and tell me how much you enjoy this and how much it is making a difference in your life. I really, really appreciate that. So yeah, let's get into the episode by, like we always do, starting with a quote. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Again, that's a little bit different, right? Creating yourself versus creating happiness, but it's the same way. It's not about finding happiness. It's about creating happiness. And let me state something before I jump in even further. Success, right? Everyone wants success. Your parents want success for you. You want success for yourself. And in the future, you are going to want success for your kids as well. Success in my eyes, we have this wrong. And this is the huge part where I wanted to talk about happiness, and that's why I created Happy Campers in the first place. Is we got the definition of happiness or success wrong. Success is an equation. There's multiple factors that equate to success. Yeah, there's a lot that has to do with the money you make. There's a lot that has to do with how you treat people, et cetera, et cetera. But the main factor and influence within success is, are you happy? You could be making $100,000 a year, going to vacations, whatever it is, I don't care, but you're alone. Maybe you're not that happy. Maybe you're miserable. You like making the money. You like doing what you can do with that money. But at the end of the day, you go home, you lay down in the bed alone, and you're miserable. Or maybe you're not even alone. Maybe you're in a miserable relationship. You make $100,000 a year. You go on vacation with this significant other. You do all these extravagant things. But yet, when you come home and lay down next to them, you're miserable. You don't like what you're doing with them. You don't like being around them. I think the biggest factor in success is your happiness. Now, with that being said, no, you can't be this happy camper. Now, let's just talk about the homeless. You can't be this happy camper, in your homeless shelter or whatever it is, and having no job and providing to society very, very little, if even at all, and consider yourself to be still super successful. There's a bunch of factors within this equation, but within this equation, I think the biggest factor of success is happiness. Are you happy, my man? Are you good? Do you love waking up? Do you not hit that snooze because you were so excited to hit your feet on the floor and get yourself going? Do you not take a bunch of naps throughout the day and sleep your day away? I think that's the worst vice, going back to addiction and whatnot, is sleeping, bro. I saw, if you're not from Minnesota or wherever Caribou is just like a Starbucks. It's just a coffee shop. And I saw my dad's teacup. It said, life is great. Stay awake. I agree with that, man. If you find yourself sleeping all day, taking 2 or 3 naps because you just want to pass this next hour because it's miserable, bro, you're not happy, my man. You're just not. You need to wake up every day. Now, we all get tired, bro. I need a little bit of caffeine to get myself going. But when that alarm hits, I'm not like I've been many times in my life, or not even setting a goddamn alarm, because it doesn't matter when you get up. When you get up, the day is going to be shitty. You just want to sleep. So hopefully this day will pass away. Are you doing that? And you're not happy. You're not successful. You could be a YouTuber living in your apartment, making $1 million off revenue ads, but yet you only do videos for 4 or 5 hours a day and you sleep the rest. You're not successful in my eyes, man. You're not happy. You're not happy. You need to be happy with what you're doing, bro. You need to be excited about everything. And, you know, other factors too that go into it is how do you treat people? Not just not just how are you benefiting society, right? What job do you have? How are you helping other people around you? But how do you treat people? And how are your friendships? How are your relationships with your family members? That all ties into with how are you treating people? You need to be treating people well too, man. That is one of that outside of making money, that is one of the most ways you can affect society and everyone around you is how do you treat them, bro? What energy do you bring to their day, bro? Why do I keep saying bro? Oh, bro. God, I'm such an idiot. So I'm nervous. The lights are hot in my eyes. You got this. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, back to it. But yeah. Happiness, man. That is the biggest factor in success in my eyes. And I think we got it wrong. I think it is not something to be explored or something to be found. It is something to be created. We need to change our mindset. And we need to change what we view as good, right? So this is really tough now in this modern age. I find myself too. I've really gotten into the app TikTok, man. And it's new. So it's new. So the algorithm is still young, so it leans to people who are now. I shouldn't even say the algorithm. I don't know what I'm talking about here. I'm just being gibberish. But anyway, I am finding myself enjoying the new app TikTok, and I'll be scrolling through that thing on the For You page, right? And left and right, all the ones getting the millions of views, man. There's just people who got these jawlines, these girls with these amazing eyes, and everyone's got this nice bright white smile. They're tan, they're all this. I'm from Minnesota, man. I'm paler than Casper the Ghost. All right? I can't be getting tan like you from Jamaica or you in San Diego, okay, Barbara? Shit. Stop making me feel bad about myself. So I literally find myself losing happiness as I'm viewing that thing, even though it does give me happiness from here and there, man. You get these funny ass people on there, man, making me laugh. Hilarious stuff goes on there too. But half the time I find myself judging myself compared to these dimes, these perfect human beings that are just prestige sculptures from the Greek gods. It's like, come on, man. But you know, we need to change what we view. Who cares about that, man? If you don't have looks, you're still a beautiful person, man. You're still beautiful inside and out. Beauty is only skin deep, right? Is that what they say? Beauty is only skin deep? That doesn't sound right. That means your beauty is only on the outside? I don't know. What the hell do they say? Whatever they say about that thing, hey, beauty's on the inside too, bro. Date somebody for the personality and like yourself for who you are. Don't just look in the mirror. You know, there's so much more than just the mirror, man. So no, I think we just have to change what we view as good and what we view as what we're achieving. If you're not a good looking person, first again, you're still beautiful. Don't ever let anyone tell you you're not. And, you know, figure out other things you're good at, man. Who cares about that? They're good looking. Good for them. Don't hate on them. Do not break them down. Do not say, oh, you're only popular or you're only this, that, and the third because you're good looking. Nah, man, that ain't cool either. Don't hate on them because their mama and daddy, you know what it is? They got this potent of a sperm and egg, man, and they were able to create this fox, all right? Don't hate on somebody because, you know, what they got. Just be like, hey, man, good for you. You hot as hell. I ain't gay, but you hot as hell. And those abs, I see them. That jawline, I see it. I see you. You do you, my man. You do you. But I'm funny. I'm positive and happy, and I am a fun guy, right? Don't compare yourself to others. But I think that is one of the biggest suckers of happiness, comparing yourself to others. And yes, going back to the whole start of this rant was, it's really hard now in these days is now, you know, you're not just viewing stuff and judging yourself on TV at night when you go to bed at night. No, you're scrolling through your phone all day, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. and you're always judging yourself compared to others all day long because you're seeing how picture perfect people are and how picture perfect their life is. Remember this, I've said it a million times before, and even my social medias, man, I'm not going to go post, when I wake up and my hair's looking like I'm, Carlito from WWE, and I'm looking like I straight up got out of a fight with a bear, and my breath literally could knock somebody out. It looks like a skunk just stuck it in there and boo. Like, I'm not gonna go post about that. They're highlight reels. So you're judging yourself not to someone's life, you're judging yourself to someone's highlights of their life. And again, don't judge yourself. Who cares, man? You have great highlights too, man. Lose this notion of celebrities and people who are so amazing. Understand we're all people and we all got great things in our lives, and understand you have a great life too. And don't let anyone else make you feel bad about that, all right? Understand you can be happy. What do I got written down here? Being happy by being positive. Being happy by choosing to be happy. Yes. The first thing within creation, right? All right. You're an inventor and you want to create this product. What is the first thing you have to do? You have to decide that you want to create this product, right? That seems simple. The product here is happiness. You have to first decide that you want to create this product of happiness. That's what it is, man. I heard the podcast I like to listen to, these guys right here, if you're watching this, Rhett and Link, and they have a podcast called Ear Biscuits, and Link said something about, you can't create happiness, then it loses all its power, and et cetera, et cetera. I think that's how a lot of people think. I think he's wrong. Love you, Link. Love him. Great guy. But I think he's completely wrong in there. You can create it every single day by literally just having the power of choice. By saying, you know what? No, man. Today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be a wonderful day. I am so excited for today. And I am going to choose to put a smile on my face, not just to fake everybody else out and then be miserable when I'm back in my bed. I am literally going to put a smile on my face and I am going to be super, super happy. I am choosing to make the product of happiness today. I am going to be the inventor of my own emotional product, and that emotional product is going to be happiness, and I am going to invent that today, and I am starting by choosing to invent that. So yeah, man, I think that's what you got to do. You have to choose to be positive. You have to choose to be happy. And then from there, man, after 21 days, you have now started to literally wire your neurons in your brain in different ways. And after 90 days, you cannot even think about what that was like before. Going back to example I talked about forever. Ever since I started this podcast, I think I stopped smoking marijuana. It's been a lot of days. I think it's been well over 100 days right now. I was driving in my car the other day, and a song came on that we used to listen to all the time when we were, chilling, bro. And it kind of put me in a little bit of the feels of that time, as sound does and as music does. And I was finding myself not even at all being able to remember what it is like to smoke. I don't remember, because it's been well over 90 days. It is such a lifestyle to me to not even think about that. Like, it's out of me, bro. It's gone. I have no desire to do it again. Even though I have nothing against it. Everyone do your own thing. But for Marsh personally, it was not good. It was a coping mechanism. So yeah, I have no desire to do it again. And it's such a lifestyle out of my brain. So if you decide that you want to be happy and be positive, fight through that first 21 days, that first 3 weeks. That may be so difficult, man. But eventually after that, your neural pathways are starting to be wired differently. You are starting to not even think about being positive or happy. It's just something what it is, man. I remember when I started all this, man, about a year, man and bro. That's just what I'm saying today. I'm sorry if you guys are like, screw this hippie, whatever. I remember when I started all of this new outlook on life. I wanted to be happy, and I wanted to be cheery and bubbly and positive and spread all different stuff. A lot of people are like, what's going on here? Like, we know this guy, and he's, he's Marsh. He's negative, and he's rude and egotistic, and et cetera, et cetera. And I remember them saying that, and remember that was true. Now, it's been well over a year, probably a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. I cannot even remember that person. I have no idea what that's like, and either can they, because it's been so long. All my friends that have been around, they're like what? Like they can't even imagine. Oh, that's right. He was like that in high school. He was a jackass. Jesus Christ. Now they're just like, hey, man, that's just what he is, man. He just likes to think like this. He likes to talk like this. He is this person now. Takes time, but everything's hard and scary in the beginning. Everything is hard. Which of that is new? If it's new to you, it's going to be hard, and it's going to be probably a little bit scary. Tough it out, man. Stopping your addiction. It's going to suck for a little bit, and it's going to be scary because you've effed up your endorphins. You're not releasing serotonin or dopamine on a natural scale that you used to before you started your addiction. And from then, once you start your addiction, it was your drug of choice, whatever that is, food, alcohol, weed, whatever it is, that started to release your endorphins. That's the only way you could actually feel happy. So yeah, if you decide to stop your addictions, you are going to not be happy for a little bit. But eventually, if you look long term and know what you're doing for this in the first place, you will be like, bro, let's do this. I'm good. It's gonna suck. I'm not gonna be emotionally happy for these next few days because my serotonin levels and my dopamine levels are not releasing naturally. But it's okay because I'm doing this for the long run so they can start releasing naturally. And I'm so fired up about this one because I literally, dude, I quit marijuana because I don't want any product or device to have that power over me. And yet this last month, that's why I was filming like every 2 weeks, filming 2 of them so I can get 2 weeks, so I have like a 2-week break off. Bro, I was drinking so much. I'm not afraid to talk about that, bro. I was drinking so much, and it was like ridiculous. Like, why are you doing this, bro? And with me, it's not just drinking. Once I get a little bit of a drink, and especially now that I go to my parents' house a little bit more. I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna see what's in that fridge. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just the alcohol, man. I'm gonna see what's in that fridge. And if you know me, I'm a health nut. I like to feel good. And the thing that'll make you feel the shittiest, no drugs, none of that, is eating shitty food, man. You will wake up feeling like shit that next day. First off, you probably got to run to the bathroom and take a massive shit. But then you're going to be feeling like shit all day, bro. And you're like, oh my God, your stomach's going to be growling. You have sugar pains. You're going to have hunger pains, which come from sugar pains. But yeah, you're going to be feeling like dump, bro. And you're not going to be able to feel happy unless you get that food in with you again. So that's why I'm so passionate about, quit that shit, bro. Quit it all. You're not going to find your happiness within food. You're not going to find your happiness within drugs, alcohol. You will. When you're on them, you are. And you're eating that shitty food, you're going to feel great. Let's not lie about that, man. You are going to feel great. But bro, oh my God, man, it may not be super fun. It is no. I'm not gonna say. I was just about to say life may not be that super fun. Remember the Wolf of Wall Street at the end of the movie, right? He gets sobered up, and Danny, I think, right? That's his buddy. Goes up to Jordan and says, how you doing, man? You're sober now. And he's like, yeah, life's pretty boring. I think that's because he was so addicted to sex and drugs and rock and roll that he thinks that's how it is. That's what his mindset has been wired for so long. He thinks life is boring, bro. Life is great, man. You're boring. Your mindset is boring. You are made to thrive naturally, bro. Little bit of good food, a little bit of caffeine if you want that. Whatever it is, man, just a little bit in moderation. But otherwise, anything else, bro, save that shit for another time, man. You are born and wired to thrive naturally. And it is the best feeling in the world. And riddle me this. Have you ever been in that moment where everything's going great? You had a great week. Everything went great to you, man. You talked to that person you love, or, this, that, and the third, whatever. Everything just went right for you. And it becomes Friday. You're like, you know what, man? I got that promotion. I talked to that girl. I lifted every day. I ate good, man. I'm feeling so good about myself. And you're naturally just thriving. You're like, let's go celebrate. And you go out and drink. I don't know about y'all, but I've done that a few times. And every time I take these drugs, I smoke weed, or I started to drink thinking I could make that peak go even higher. But little did I know I was on my peak. I was on my peak of happiness and the high of life. And the moment I got drunk, 30 minutes later, lost it. The moment I got high, 30 minutes later, lost it. And then guess what? The next few days, Saturday and Sunday, let's say, miserable. Because my body was used to getting excess happiness from these external forces that have now entered my body. Because after 4 or 5 days of having great life naturally, thriving naturally, I decided to celebrate, air quote, celebrate, and try and feel even happier. And it just didn't work out. I don't know about y'all, but I've been that way before, man. That was actually, I stopped marijuana a month or two before I actually quit for good. And I had it for like 16 days. And I left my apartment for a little bit. I went down to Minneapolis, and I was getting training done for my job, and everything was going great, man. I had 16 days free. I was feeling fine, and the job was great, man. I was loving it. I was making really good money, and I just had a few good days it was a really good week, man, and I was super, super happy. And I went home, and I was like, guys, I'm feeling so good, bro. Like, dude, I quit for 16 days, bro. This job is great. I'm making money. I met some friends, I was with my parents because they lived closer to the city, so I was staying with them. I was like, I'm chilling with my parents. Like, I'm feeling social. I'm feeling good, bro. Let's smoke, bro. Let's have a good time, bro. Guess what happened the next 2 months of my life? It was a joke. As I got right back on that. Now, that could just be me, man. That could just be me. I understand I'm weak in a lot of aspects, man. I always say, like, I got a very addictive personality. I think everyone does. But I think there's a lot more people who are tougher than me, and they just go, nah, that was good. We had a fun time drinking or smoking on the weekend. We're not going to do that this week. We have work and stuff to do. But me, I'm just like, oh, fuck that shit. I'm going to get drunk all week. I'm going to smoke all week. So, I think we're all addictive. Maybe, I don't know. I shouldn't say that, like, act like, oh, I have a problem. Like, I'm addicted, trying to justify to myself. I have an addictive personality. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know how I started on that tangent, but yeah, that's the tangent, man. Happiness is within you, bro. You can get that shit, and your happiness endorphins, your happiness drugs inside your body, serotonin, dopamine, they are meant to thrive naturally and be released on levels that are natural to make you just feel good about life, man. Make you feel great. So yeah, on that topic, all right, that's a great transition. Let's just talk about creating happiness through endorphin-like activities. Going back to what I was saying, man, the job was great. I ended up leaving that job. The job did not change through when I started to when I left that job. My mindset and perspective towards that job changed. I literally created happiness by just finding purpose within that job and finding satisfaction within that job. Nothing changed except my mindset through that time I was there with that company. It was literally just me. I changed. And then I ended up leaving the company, not being happy with it no more because my mindset weakened and my satisfaction level weakened through myself. So that's one, man. Just changing your perspective and changing what and how you find gratitude and changing how you find satisfaction in anything, man. I think that was one of the biggest things. I've talked about this many times, man. I've talked about this many times. I said mans again and man. Oh my God, man and bro. That's what it is. That's what it is. Roll with it. I've said many times, gratification is what is the number one key I think has changed me. I go beyond it, man. You don't even realize how blessed I am in the... First off, I won the lottery ticket of being born, right? 1 out of 400,000 chance, 1 out of 400 million chance, whatever it is, that my dad's sperm landed on my mom's egg, and that egg was me. That egg was me. And I was born. First off, won that. Second off, I was born in the United States. Do you not even... oh my God. First off, the top 1% of the entire world, right? That's 77 million people. That's the top 1% of the world. We have 330 million, whatever, right? The big four, United States, Canada, Great Britain, and Australia. Those are the big four. Those are like known as the big four, economy-wise and like culture and entertainment, et cetera, et cetera. China's obviously got a huge economy too. But anyway, 77 million. That's more than likely, if you're living in the United States, you are probably in the top 1% of this world. Now, I know I'm privileged, man. The third lottery I won was being born to the family I was born in. You know what I'm saying? We have a little bit more privilege than the average United States citizen. But even going back to it, bro, I don't even think about that, man. I think about how great it is to be able to sit here on this computer, dude. This was $1,000 computer. This podcasting studio was a lot of money. Not gonna, whatever. I get to stand behind these lights. First off, I get lights, bro. I have lights. There's a third of this people in the world. I was listening to one of my podcasts. A third of the people in the world don't even have electricity. And there's even more that don't even have access to clean drinking water. Holy shit, bro. And you're over here complaining about the fact that your girl didn't text you? The fact that this guy called you a name? The fact that your car won't start? Bro, you don't have no goddamn problems. Find some gratitude in life, bro. And honestly, I have never traveled outside this country, and I know those things. I'm not saying I'm cultured. I am a little bit cultured, but I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm just saying I had this understanding that I have went and read and listened to develop this understanding because I sought after that understanding. I wanted to have that understanding. I was wondering why I was letting all this little bullshit in my life get to me. And I'm like, oh my God, let me gain some perspective. Oh my God, let me gain some gratitude. Let me change my goddamn mindset. And guess what I did? I became a happier person because of it. It's a right in the United States to get a car when you're 16. Oh, it's your 16th birthday, honey. What do you want for your car? More than half I bet you more than, I don't know the stat. I bet you more than half the people in this world don't even have a car. And you're over here saying that you deserve a car when you're 16. I got a, where is it? Where my picture, there it is. I got a goddamn Mustang because I wanted to impress people. And if I literally would not take anything less than a Mustang. I now drive a Hyundai Elantra. My perspectives have changed, bro. We have no problems. You listen to this right now. You're probably in the United States driving your car, or you're in the gym, or you're at school in a warm environment. You got a heating source, an electric heating source. You don't have a problem, bro. So you had to get your car jumped because your battery was dead? That's not a problem. Oh, you feeling sad about yourself because you don't have a lot of friends, or nobody's messaging you, or, etc., this, that, and the third? That's not a problem. And at least if that is a problem, that's something you can take care of. People don't have electricity. People don't have, basic standards of living. People don't have access to clean drinking water. Humble yourself. Understand there's a big, big world out there, and there's a lot of different lives that people live. Stop living so relative. Yeah, you may got it bad compared to that neighbor next to you. He's got, his Mustang GT. He's got his vet. He's got the greenest lawn. He's got that big ass house, 5,000 square feet. Got the swimming pool in the back. Yeah, relative to him, you ain't got it as good. But relative to that kid, I'm not going to say Africa, because that is such a cliche. Relative to that kid, even in the United States, who's living in a tent, right? What is it, Echo Park? They got Echo Park in Los Angeles. They got like these massive homeless tent communities. That kid that lives with his parents in that tent, you ain't got it bad, bro. You ain't got it bad. Change your mindset. Change your mindset. That's the number one thing. That's the number one activity you can do today, is change your mindset and change how you find satisfaction and gratitude. Change how you find gratitude in this life. It'll make life so much better. Trust me. That's one thing I've learned. Otherwise, dude, this is things I do. This is something I got back into right now. Hey, working out. There's working out, taking a walk, going for a run, playing a sport, or even getting outside. If you're someone who likes that, working in the yard, working in the garden. These are everything I like doing. I don't get into sports too much anymore. I wish I would, but I don't do much of that. But I do. I've recently got a lot into taking walks. Stan Effering, he's a big guy in the fitness community. He talks about the 10-minute walks. He says, don't do cardio. He says, eat this certain type of diet and do 3 10-minute walks a day. And some of his clients, man, have made spectacular transformations. And another reason why that walk is so great is the fact of being bipedal and moving your feet, whatever it's a run, walk, skip, whatever, that it does something to your brain that awakes your brain a certain way and releases serotonin and dopamine on a natural level and a natural activity. So yeah, taking a walk, otherwise working out. I've been getting back into that, man. And I feel right now, bro, going back, before I get into that, someone always said to me, I posted about this before, like, hey, Marsh, I love your positivity, I love your mindset, love everything you're saying right now, but how do you know it's not a phase? I'm like, well, isn't life a phase? Life's a series of phases. And life is a bunch of ups and downs. It's ups and downs and ups and downs. But I found myself recently getting back into lifting. I've been lifting twice a day, just doing my own thing, taking it easier too, just doing a little more steady state cardio, going for more walks, just whatever, being active twice a day, getting outside of my house and training twice a day. We'll just say that, right? I've been finding myself doing that. And I'm finding myself thriving right now, being so happy. First off, all that stupid bullshit, I can't even think about it. My brain is so worked throughout the day, I can't even fathom thinking about that shit. That shit is such bullshit. I do not want to talk about it. And secondly, it's releasing my endorphins so much that I'm just so happy. Like, I leave the gym. Me and my friend always said, you come to the gym, no matter what attitude you're in, bro, you were going to leave that gym with a smile on your face. And I could do that twice a day, whether it's just going for a walk, right? Just going for a walk, going on a treadmill walk. You know, it's a little cold out here. So yeah, just going on the treadmill walk, using the elliptical, whatever it is, just doing that for 30 minutes, man. I leave with such a smile on my face. It feels so good. And going back to the cycles. After now that I'm feeling like I'm thriving, I didn't realize, going back to the alcohol too, that I was in such a low this last month. I was on one of my lows. And I had to go back to thinking about that cycle thing, and that person asked me, and how do you know it's not a phase? What made me excited about it was I did not realize that I was in a low, because going back to what me and Reeve talked about before on this podcast too, a new low, every low is a new low. But it's not just this ups and downs that are like a wave. No, it's like, if you know anything about stock, it's like a stock market. Yeah, the stock market goes up and down and up and down and up and down. But over time, on a massive scale, on the macro sense, it is always trending up. Always trending up. So when I think about, yeah, I've been in a low, but my low that was just this last month was equal to like a medium level of me 6 months ago. Right? And this next low that's going to happen, whenever it's going to happen, is going to be on an average day for me right now. And on an average day for me right now, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling so great. Today was an average day. Woke up, went to the gym, didn't feel like, woo, you know, all pippy and whatever, but I felt good. I felt great. I'm in a great mindset. I'm out here making a podcast. I'm feeling great about life. And I know my next low is going to be equal to that. Oh my God, man. Again, it's just so natural. Change your perspective. Change your perspective and how you find gratitude in your attitude towards anything. And it'll just start to come so natural to you, man. But it all starts with that ability to make that change and that decision to decide to invent your product of happiness. Yeah, working out, taking a walk, going for a run, playing a sport. I know I got one buddy, you know, he loves that, man. He will go out and ball for, if you're listening to this, man, you know who you are. He'll go out and ball for 4 to 6 hours if he has a day off, man. He loves it because it creates happiness, bro. He loves the sport. He loves the competition. It just gets everything firing and makes him feel purposeful and, you know, just makes him smile. And then, yeah, too, you get older, you know, this is, you know, I like it too. I'm going to have a garden next year. I like gardening. I really do like gardening. I like working out in the yard too, man. I was finding myself this fall raking leaves a lot, you know, leaving my house being like, oh man, I'm just too stressed, too much work and too much this or that. And I just raked leaves and I felt a lot of relief in it. So, yeah, working in the yard, and then, if you know, gardening too, man, doing something with the soil and doing something with your hands, man. I think that's just innate within us. And yeah, man, oh, it's an endorphin activity for sure. Absolutely. What else do I have written here? Here you go. Well, here's another, going back to creation. Here's another quote. Most pursue happiness. Others create it. And I guarantee if you did a study, who are the happiest people? It's those who created their own happiness. And it's not a potion. Well, it's not a physical potion that you brew up and you drink down your throat. That's called drugs. But it's something you decide. It's something you say, hey man, I'm gonna do this. And it's not living in la la land, folks. That's what I get about like these positive leaders and positive people. Everyone thinks these people live in la la land and they're stupid and they think it's just, oh, it's all sunshine and rainbows. No, that's not how positive people see it. Positive people have negative thoughts all the time. They have negative situations in life all the time. They just don't let those negative thoughts and negative situations brew and grow and manifest their lives. They just go, shit, this is negative. This sucks. Let me see what I can do to get rid of this. Let me see what I can do to get through this. Let's do this with optimism and positivity. That's what a positive person is. That's a dummy Dumbo who thinks everything in life is la la lands and pixie dust. That's bullshit. I don't think like that at all. And I consider myself a very, very positive person. There's another thing I have written down. There is one step to creating happiness. It is to express love. When you express the emotion of love, you create happiness and joy within yourself. Happiness is not just a state of mind, but happiness is also a state of emotion. I think I've written this episode a while ago. I forgot about that. Shit, I think I found that somewhere. That is really good, bro. Bro, man. God dang it. Love, man. Love. If you can find love for that job, right, that creates satisfaction. If you can find love in doing those activities, that walk and that workout, if you look forward to that, you love doing that, it's just an emotion. Think about when you first started that relationship, but hopefully it's still going good now and you're still in love every day more than you were yesterday, right? But think about starting that, everything's just so bubbly, and you woke up that first month, it was like, who is this guy? And you're just pipping through, or you got a crush, right? You're in love, right? Whatever it is, man, you got the crush, and you're just dressing up nice, and you're all pippy, and you're just bubbly, and you're such a good mood. Love is, there's two emotions, right? There's two emotions that people run on the most, and that is either love or fear. You can choose to live in whatever emotion you want, and if you choose to live in love, bro, it ain't nothing but happiness. Nothing but happiness is going to come to you. Find love. Find ways to love things that you don't love now. Change your mindset, change your perspective, and find love, and you're going to find happiness through that activity or through that, or at the end of the rainbow. You're going to find happiness at the end of the rainbow. Psychologists suggest things like work and a meaningful career, spending time with friends, and take time to savor the day as a means to increase happiness. It's not because they actually make you happy. They cultivate happiness because people express love while doing them. They express love for their friends and family. They express love for their work, and the activities they find meaningful. When people express love, they are happy. So yeah, all those things. Having a job that you enjoy, having a great support system of friends and family, and having good activities that you enjoy doing around you. It's not that those things will naturally bring you, right? You can't put this he makes me happy, right? I like this one. Yeah. You cannot say, we hypnotize ourselves by saying he or she makes me happy. No. You got that wrong. Even though the phrase, I'm so happy when you came to visit me, or when you're with me, or you come to visit me, that can be implied and mental assumption that our emotions are because of them. No. We'll get to that. We're gonna backtrack. So we trick ourselves to say he or she makes me happy. No, that is not right at all. The love that you feel for them when they're around you, that is what makes you happy. It is not them that makes you happy. And that can be even better, man. If you know that, if you have that tool and that power in your brain, you know that, you can drop your expectations with them and know it is not them and what they do for you and how they're talking to you that is making you happy. It's how you feel about them. Yes, all of what they do factors into that, but it's how you feel about them. So drop your expectations. You haven't seen them for a few days. You expect them to run to you and jump in your arms and just kiss you and love you and tell them all these different things, and they don't do that. They just walk up to you and say, hey man, missed you, or I love you, and love you, girlfriend, boyfriend, like I was sad without you. It wasn't as enthusiastic as you wanted to be. It doesn't matter. Don't let that make you happy or not make you happy. It's how you feel when you're around them. You finally get to see them. That makes you happy. That's all you need, man. You get to see them. That's great. Who cares if they're not super, super happy to see you? You get to see them, and you're happy to see them. Not he or she makes them happy. How you feel around them, or how you feel about them, and how you express love towards them. That's what makes you happy. Hey, this is not a science. This is just thoughts that I have on it. So let me read this a little bit. Can I apply the part we did see, express love for that person? Oh, okay, yeah. So going back to it, we often hypnotize ourselves with the words he or she makes us happy. So even the phrase, I'm so happy when you came to visit me, can have an implied mental assumption that our emotions are because of them. The part we didn't see is that we express love for the person that came to see us. Where did that emotion of love come from? We created that. So, it's a little hard to follow, but it wasn't in the act of that person coming to see us that made us happy. It was in the act of us deciding that we love when they come to see us. We created that love and happiness. That person could come and see us, but I don't like that person. right? It has nothing to do with that. That person could be the exact same person. You like this person, you don't like this person. Person A, you like this person, you don't like this person. Person A comes into your life, comes to visit you. You like them, because you express love for seeing them. They didn't create that happiness. They did nothing different by visiting you when you liked them or you when you didn't like them. They did everything the exact same. It's how you looked at it. It's how you express love for them. Do you love them? Do you love when they come and see you? Do you not love them? Do you not love when they come and see you? So they come and see you, do the exact same thing, right? It's how you look at it. It's how you express the love for them. It's you. You create it. Getting a raise, getting a promotion, or buying something we want. We express emotions based on love. It's not getting that promotion. It's not getting that raise. It's not buying something new that makes you happy. It's the love and excitement you express for obtaining those, right? So getting that raise, man, you're like, dang, hell yeah. It's not about getting that extra money. It's like, I deserve this. This is great. Like, I've worked really hard. I really feel like I deserve this raise. This is a long time coming in my eyes. Pat on the back, me. You're expressing love for the fact that you got something. That love that you express for it. You could get that raise too and be like, oh my God, I should get a different raise, right? You got a raise of $2,000. Right? On that first half, you could be like, oh my God, this is great. I love that I'm getting this raise. This is so great. I deserve this $2,000. I deserve, this, that, and the third, etc. This is awesome. This really makes me happy right now. I am choosing to express happiness towards getting this raise. Or you get the $2,000 raise. I think I deserve a $4,000 raise. This is bullshit. This is effing bullshit. What? The exact same scenario happened. You got a $2,000 raise, but there's two different types of people. It's within you. It's how you decide to look at things, man. It's how you decide to look at things. Getting fired, losing money, or losing something valuable, we express fear, anger, or disappointment. These are triggers to withhold the expression of love. So, no. Not getting fired. No. Not losing money or even losing something valuable to you makes you unhappy. Maybe getting fired could be the best blessing in your life, but because it's not at this point, right? So let's say, for someone like me, if I were to get fired from a job right now, I'd be like, hell yeah, man. Thank you for the money that you gave me, but I am out skis. I'm going to be working on school. I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be working on it, this, that, and the other, right? Oh, you may go, oh, well, you don't have like real bills to pay. You don't have a family to take care of, whatever, blah, blah. But I chose to be like, hey, man, all good. Thanks for the firing. But everyone else would be like, oh my God, this sucks, man. This sucks getting fired. Oh, what am I going to do? I'm too lazy to find other jobs, or I'm too lazy to create my own work and, work for myself, or I'm too lazy to do this and that. I'm just too lazy to even think positive. That's on you. Getting fired was not what expressed unhappiness to you. It's how you are choosing to remove love from the equation. You don't love that you're getting fired. Now, I understand that too, and I've gotten fired from a job before, and I was not happy. I didn't like it. I actually liked the job that I was in. This was a few years ago. I was 16. I was a little stupid. But I got fired. And it wasn't good. And it made me unhappy. Okay? But yeah, it's a lack of love. Happiness and unhappiness is found within. Happiness is found within wherever love is found, and unhappiness is found where love lacks. That's just plain and simple. That's just kind of how it is. Man, I've done not too bad of a job. I think we're at about 50 minutes here. I kind of started my clock a little bit late, but it's 1 o'clock on this beautiful day, and I want to go eat some lunch because I'm hungry and my fast ends. So I'm getting juice. So yeah. We're getting to the end of the episode, and before we close it all out, I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this one, and let me know, honestly, please, if you have me on social media, right, everything is Marshal Kramer, MarshallKramer, message me, tell me what you like more. Do you like these more, or you like a dialogue when I have somebody else with me? I don't know, man. I feel like I do kind of a little bit better when I'm on my own. There's so much to factor in when someone else is talking to you. You can't always be thinking about the next thought that you want to say, because you have to also, receive what they're saying and process that too. So I kind of, catch myself sometimes. But yeah, let me know what you like. Do you like this better, or do you like that better? And if you do like this, remember, leave me a 5-star review on any platform you listen to this on. I would really appreciate that for you to leave me a 5-star review. Well, that's Spotify, Overcast, Google Podcast, or Apple Podcast, whatever it is. Please leave me a review. And if you're on YouTube and you're watching this, remember to give me that thumbs up and subscribe for future content. How you like that? That's my new voice. So this episode on creating happiness. What do you think? You think you can go out there and create happiness today? I think you can, my friends. Yeah, you're all my friends. I don't have thousands of listeners. You're all my friends, and I know each and every one of you. Just kidding. There's some from international. But anyway, you're all my friends. And thank you guys for tuning in. And I hope you really got something out of this one. And go create your happiness today. Go create meaning and purpose. And find gratitude in your life. And what do you have to find happiness? Love. Express love. Find a way to express love for everything you do, and you will find a way to invent your product of happiness. The last quote I have before we close out the episode is, waiting for someone else to make you happy is the best way to stay sad. I think that's a perfect quote to end it all up. It's just giving you a prompt to go out there and do it yourself. Anything you want in life, it's not going to be handed to you. If you want a great job, you got to go get that job. You got to go learn the skills and apply yourself and apply for the job and get it yourself. No one's going to hand it to you. If you want happiness, it's the same way. No one is going to hand it to you. No one is going to give it to you. People in your life may make you feel happy, but it's because of you. And now after this, it's because of you and the love that you express for them and the love that you express when they are around you. It's that love that's already inside you that you dug down deep without even knowing it, subconsciously. You dug down deep and express it when that person is around. That person makes you release that love, which then creates and invents your product of happiness. It's all about you. It's all your responsibility. You are the creator of your destiny, and the world around you is only as good or as bad. Come on, let's not be negative. It's only as good, and it is as good as you perceive it. Your perception creates your reality. So go out today, perceive happiness, perceive positivity, and perceive a good life. And just be cheery. All right? Choose to create your happiness and choose that I'm going to be positive. I am going to be happy. And hey, man, you know what's going to happen. Remember, 21 days, those neural pathways will start creating and stuff will become a habit. And then after 90 days, they'll be so wired that it becomes a lifestyle. Yeah. Hey, that's all I have here today for you guys on this episode of Can Happiness Be Created? I think so. What does it know? Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Can we create it? Yes, we can. Bob the Builder. Yeah, a little cheesy there. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Happy Campers. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, best way to help me out, 5-star review. Thank you. And as always, guys, until next time, take care, my friends.